All right. Hey everyone, Caitlyn here. We are back for another live stream today, and we have Gretchen Zelek and Annie Gibbons here with us. First off, ladies, I want to thank you both for joining me. Gretchen is a functional aging specialist and a certified group fitness instructor, an ageless grace educator, as well as the founder of the Dodd Fitness Tools. Did I say that right, Gretchen?
You did.
Yeah, perfect. And then Annie is also a functional trainer and also owns a personal training company, One-on-One, helping her clients achieve changing fitness goals for their life. And both of these wonderful ladies are sharing their message on aging enthusiastically. So Gretchen and Annie, again, thank you for being here with me today. To kick things off, I would love to start off with you girls sharing us your message with our viewers here today, as well as where your passion developed for this.
So our message is that aging is, a lot of people don't want to say their age, or they're not having fun aging. And more, as we've seen clients, we're like, this is fun. This is really a lot of fun. And when you run across people that are aging and you start to listen to why their aging is fun, we thought everybody needs to know this. It's so inspiring when people do things in their life after a certain age that they don't expect to do. And all of a sudden they're doing it and sharing all these things with people, and they get more enthusiastic. You can see their energy. And so when Gretchen and I were talking about this, we're thinking, well, we need to get a social platform. We need to get this message out, because it's almost like, as you hear stories from people, the world needs to hear these stories, because, you don't want people to think, oh my God, I'm 60. Oh, I'm going to be 70. We want them to say, hey, I'm going to be 70. I'm so excited. So Gretchen,
yeah, and we're living that. We're both in our early 60s, and I just remember my grandparents, and when they were 50, they were old. They didn't work out or exercise. I remember my dad, I was running track with my son when I was in my early 40s. He said, why are you running? You're so old. That's too old. Things have changed, and you got to use it or lose it. And that's really the truth,
And then the more we met people, it became not just about the exercise or the eating or the being fit. It was about people taking on projects that they hadn't expected to do in their life. I remember seeing, again, going back to the generation of our parents, seeing my dad at the age of probably in his mid 50s. He was a pharmacist by trade, owned a pharmacy in Harvard Square, and he decided to rebuild the cottage and become a carpenter. And I always thought, wow, that was a pretty brave thing to do. It was a family of 7. We were all mostly grown then, but it always stuck with me. And then I started seeing people doing the same thing as we're aging, writing books or starting a business, or doing volunteer work, starting a foundation. And I remember my mom once saying, when I was doing another business, she said, how do you know you can do that? And I said, I'm too scared not to. Like, somebody else is going to do it, and then I'll be mad that I didn't do it. And
my mom asked the same question.
Yeah,
that's so
funny. So we're running across all these people that are our age and beyond that are doing these very things. And so, again, we were like, more people need to know about this, because it becomes contagious. It's almost like a club, and it needs to be a big club.
Exactly. But, I think some report came out this week about women or people entering the workforce, and there were more women over 55 entering the workforce than ever before. Think about it. And these women are doing all kinds of different things. I read about a woman today in her 50s in med school. You can do anything you want. It's not an age thing anymore.
No, and it's really, even like going through college, I went to a larger university with like 50,000 students, but people in my class ranged from just starting up until 50, 60. It's never too, it doesn't matter what your age is. If it's a dream and it's something that you want to do, you might as well make it happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like you were saying, you should be excited instead of it's the next chapter. It's, another year older.
Right.
Embrace the moment, live in the moment, have fun. So I love that. That's very exciting.
One said, what did you say? Life gets sweeter.
Yeah, life gets sweeter.
So
it just gets sweeter.
So can I ask, is that also how the name of the business kind of started?
Kind of. It was my fitness products were knee donuts
Mhm.
and
Okay, yes.
wrist wedges that looked like pie wedges. And so it kind of evolved from there. And we have two different reactions. Either they're horrified that we're talking about sweets and fitness, or they go, "Oh my God, I get it."
Yeah.
And so it's
And
really
actually,
fun.
you know, when we came up with that name, we were going in a totally different direction.
Yeah,
We
we
were
were.
not
Yeah.
even going to do this, but we thought donuts
Yeah.
and pie. And then as we evolved with our idea about getting this Aging Enthusiastically thing out, we're like, how does donuts and pie fit in this anymore? But then we were like, life just gets sweeter.
Yeah.
Let's just go with it. We like the logo. We're
Yeah.
not getting rid of it. We're going to make it
I
work.
think it's perfect. I think it's so fitting. So I love it.
Perfect.
Very fitting. So what are some of the things that you guys are currently working on? You know, we'd like to get a deeper look into your platform, see what's next.
Well, right now we're interviewing experts from all over the country, from lifestyle, health, wellness, I mean, all nutrition everywhere, about how they can help people age enthusiastically, live happy, healthy, and fit lives. So we're doing that. We're trying to reach out on social media.
We want to do a blog and podcast. We want to do all the things that currently we know are out there, and we know a lot of people are using. So we're doing it brick by brick, and slowly we want to get the information, and then we want to start expanding. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves and try to do some of these things poorly. We want to do them, you know, as best we can. We know we've got so much information to share. We just want to share it the right way in the right order. So we're working on all of that and trying to get as many, and you know, the more people we meet, the more ideas we get, and the more ideas they give us about other people that we may not be in tune with yet or introduced to. And so we're always asking people for suggestions, even when they go to our website or whatever, to say, hey, you know, if you get this idea, if you understand what it is that we're trying to do, share with us somebody that we don't know about, because we'd love to get exposed to those people, because there's millions of them out there. You know?
And the people we've interviewed so far have been amazing. I mean, some of them are really famous and really, they're just, it's been incredible. The other thing about Annie and I is that we like to go big or go home.
Mhm.
So we have big plans. You know, I think that, that says it all.
Well, we will definitely be keeping an eye on you guys, and please, you know, share with us as you start launching different things and getting, you know, those ideas into fruition, because we would love to, you know, keep our community apprised of them, and that way, you know, really get to show everyone the blog that's hopefully coming up. And then I think a podcast would be really, really cool to hear all of the experiences and people that you meet, different things. So that'll be really exciting. I would love to keep an eye out for that. So what is exactly your favorite part of your work? Like you know, how did all of this happen? What is your favorite part of it?
I know. Well, with me, it's all kind of chaotic and crazy in the beginning, and you're a little nervous about pulling it all together, and then it all pulls together, and you meet the most incredible people, and everybody we've talked to has had a passion for what they do. And they always have an interesting twist, whether they started when they were 63 years old, or they found a need for something and they figured out how to do it and they designed it and they're successful in that business. But it's all just how it comes together is what I like.
You know, on that vein, I think that, you know, we are where we are because we're supposed to be. We've done little things to get to a certain point, and along the way, you don't really even know where you're going. I mean, I don't anyway.
So
It's sometimes
good.
very apparent. But when I look at it, I think I was supposed to be doing this. Like I was looking at, my daughter was showing me some influencers, and I thought, I've been doing that for years. And she goes, yeah, Mom, you have. That's why you're doing this now. And I went, oh yeah, that is why I'm doing this now. And that's my example. That's what I mean by, like, I've been doing this my whole life. I just haven't done it on this platform. And so as many people as we meet that have so much to share, I just really love meeting them because it really reinforces what I know or what I've done or why I'm doing things. Because a lot of times I don't know why I'm doing things. And then they say, and I went, oh yeah, that's why I'm doing it. So I just, all of that is, we're both really people. We like people. We're enthusiastic, and we just love meeting all of these people. It's just, it's fun, and being reacquainted with what we're doing, you know.
And Annie can never be too busy. After this, she jumps off to another job. She had another one this morning. She's, you know, if somebody needs something, she's the go-to person. So why not be the go-to person?
Right. Like I said, I never know what I'm doing. Well, I'm doing a lot of different things, and they're all for a reason, and I love them all. But
and they're all coming together.
And you get to, you know, take a step back and kind of look at the bigger picture, and it all does come together in the end, where you're like, okay, you know, all of these little steps added up into this big grand, you know, plan that is just now being fulfilled. So very exciting. So did you guys always work together, or was this something that you guys like?
Good story. All right, so I'll say how we met is 20 something years ago when I moved to the Cape. I moved here from Breckenridge, Colorado. And I was into running, and someone invited me to run in this small town race. And they said, you need to check out Gretchen Zelek. She's really fast. And I'm like, well, which one is she? Like, you want to pick someone out? And I'm like, okay, they showed me who she was. So I'm like, I'm keeping up with her. So I was running behind her the whole time, by the way, and trying to catch her the whole time. She didn't even know I was stalking her. But I was running, trying to catch her. I never caught. Every time I got within sight of catching her, I was trying to catch her and beat her, and I never did. And I went straight to the bathroom and got so sick because I ran way too fast. And that's how I met Gretchen Zelek. But Gretchen Zelek didn't know that Annie Gibbons was stalking her.
No, and I wanted to work out, and we're in a very, very small town here. And so I asked a couple of people, and everybody kept saying, you got to work with Annie. She's the only person to work out with. And so somehow
I hired her, and be your trainer.
We became friends.
Yeah, then I told her that story, and
I still don't believe
it. And so for years and years, we always wanted to collaborate on something. We just didn't know what. And we talked about things here and there. And honestly, 2 years ago is when we started really trying to put something together. And it took us 2 years to get to this point. It evolved a lot of which ways. But like I said, we're supposed to be here now. And so, so that's how we met.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that. So now turning to your website, you know, we did have the privilege of working on your website, and I know that Amber was super excited, you know, loved every moment of it. Can you tell us about your experience working with Angie Enterprises? You know, we'd love to know what stuck with you.
I was the primary point person for that, and it was seamless and so easy. I didn't really know what to expect. I'd had a product website before, and I had been through 2 different changes with it, with different designers and all, and I never knew the right questions to ask. So I never got what I wanted. You know, I just felt so ignorant about the whole process before. We got a questionnaire, which was very clear about what to answer, what to expect. And it took us a long time. As we said, 2 years. I mean, we probably went into it prematurely, but Amber was so easy to work with, and and I would apologize. She'd say, don't worry, this takes time.
She'd educate, she'd guide.
There was never a stupid question to ask her. It was just, and if I needed an answer, I got a clear-cut answer from her, whether it was in a video from her or an email.
Very responsive.
Yeah, it was.
I think a lot of frustration people experience is not being able to communicate. It's like getting in to see the wizard, you know? I mean, please just help.
Right. Or the other thing is, you think in your mind what you want, and then when you see it, it's not. This was exactly what I was hoping for.
She saw the vision.
She saw it.
Even when we weren't seeing the vision.
We were looking back.
Well, and that's something that I've heard now quite a bit, is just being able to extract, you know, and put all the pieces together, and then just delivering like a final product that makes you say, yes, this is exactly. Because you know, we've had similar situations arise where they've worked with previous designers, and it just, it never really came to light with what they wanted. They were never really fully satisfied. So, we do love to hear this kind of praise from you guys, that, we delivered the product and that you guys are extremely happy with it. And it's just one of those things. It's a big decision. I mean, you have to trust someone to design it, to deliver what you're looking for. So we're very honored. And, what would you guys say to someone who's possibly on the fence? We do have viewers here today who are, possibly still questioning whether or not, to go with us, or, to make that investment. What would you say to them?
I can't imagine going with anybody else at this
Well,
point.
I'm not very experienced in this whole world, but I feel incredibly fortunate to not have had a bad experience. I have a lot of friends who've had a bad experience and put out a lot of money, and they feel like all they did was put out a lot of money, and they really didn't have the communication. And so I would say, if somebody's on the fence, don't go have a bad experience. I mean, there's no reason for it. And it's just, you can do something that may cause you a bad experience over and over again, but why? I mean, if you've got people saying, never had a bad experience, do this, just go with it. We're not being paid to say this. I mean, it's our real experience. And so just don't go have a bad experience,
No, and it's nice to work with genuine people too.
Yes,
Amber
yes.
is exactly the way she is on her videos and on a phone call, or via text or email. She really truly, I felt like she really cared about her site.
Right.
So.
Right. She got us.
Yeah.
Yeah. As someone who works closely with Amber, I can completely agree and understand. She is very, very dedicated to her clients, and she doesn't want it just to be a website. She wants it to be like, this is something that she is passionate for, and she doesn't want to deliver anything less than, what her expectations would be for her very own site to anyone else. So,
I think a giant thing, even when you think of every aspect of your life, whether it be a doctor, a teacher, somebody you have to communicate with, it's about communication. If you cannot get the communication you need, you just get frustrated or scared or angry or whatever the situation is. It comes down to communication, and that's respectful too, is to communicate with people. And so if you're respected, it works.
Good.
Yeah. And poor communication can ruin an experience, whether it's, the final outcome is great, but if you don't have good communication skills throughout the entire thing, it's just like, okay.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely. So what are some of the long-term goals that you guys have, and how can we help support you in getting this message out in a bigger way?
We want millions of viewers and followers.
Getting the message out.
Getting the message out. We want to get feedback from people that something was life-changing to them, or that they've been affected in such a positive way that they were then to be able to, we want it all paid forward.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Love that. And like I said, you guys need to keep us posted with what you guys have coming next. And we would love to, broadcast that to our audience, because we want to, show off that beautiful website and get you guys the views that you want, and, start really building this, because this is what you're saying. Like, I love this. Like you do, it's just embracing every moment, like regardless of your age, it's, making it count. So
good. Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys would like to add before we hop off, or?
No, just, it's been a great experience.
Yeah,
and
it has.
We're so appreciative of you reaching out to us, and that was a nice thing to do.
Yeah, it really is. It's another little added bonus to that I didn't expect. I didn't know. I'm like, really? This is great. More exposure. Yay. Well, thanks for that little perk. That's great.
Well, we love being able to show off our clients. I mean, you guys have a message that is so important, and we're just happy to be able to share it with our audience. So
thank you. We appreciate that.
Thanks. Let us know what we can do for you too.
Of course, we appreciate that.
All right.
Thanks.
So thank you again so much for hanging out with us today. If you are anyone like Annie or Gretchen and you're looking to get your presence and message out to the world in a more professional, well-packaged way, I know Amber and our team would love to have a conversation with you, completely pressure-free, and we do believe in full transparency. So you can head over to our website at ngenterprises.com. We do have our pricing menu available where you can download that information. Additionally, if there is some marketing assistance that you might be looking for, we also do offer leverage2scale.com, which will train either yourself or a team member on your team to do your marketing, your baseline marketing for you. So thank you again. We will hopefully see you guys soon, hear from you guys soon about your up and coming plans. And then for the rest of you in the meantime, just remember, no guts, no glory. Thanks, everyone.
Great.
Thanks, Caitlyn.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.